once, we got in the ring, he was so locked in. I was so locked in, like there was nothing really to say. We both locked in and we both focused on the task at hand. It was dope. It was dope. And I appreciate Dre for even, giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him. I can say that, I sparred Andre Ward. That's dope.
TBC, modern day, baby, modern day, modern day, pound for pound.
Today I get some rounds with the GOAT, one of the GOATs. You know what I mean? Two GOATs, iron sharpened iron.
Witnessing something special.
Terence Crawford has an unblemished record in the light heavyweight category, following a harsh and frightening news conference with Canelo Alvarez.
What's up with my boy, man? Yeah, that shit. This for you, my boy. Yeah, read it, give your boy some feedback, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it on the image. I'm gonna put that thing on that face, man. The sound thing. Well, you should have did that already.
They went for a jog, did some strength and fitness exercises, and then fought each other in the ring. Andre Ward didn't just leave Crawford, though. He also gave her some advice. You rarely get to see two boxing stars fight together, and they both had a lot to say after the match. Andre Ward was sure that Terence Crawford would beat Canelo in the ring.
I appreciate Dre for even, giving me the opportunity to step in the ring with him. I could say that, I sparred Andre Ward. That's dope, So, it was good sparring. It was very a very good experience for me. I'm gonna take it to the grave.
Many boxing fans and pros liked Canelo Alvarez's sense of calm and confidence at the news conference. Crawford was equally confident, but the larger man was given more respect because a confident big man looks more dangerous than a confident small man. But Crawford has chosen to beat Canelo even though the odds are against him. If Crawford's confidence in the news conference isn't enough to convince his fans, the hard work he puts into his training will. Crawford has asked the help of boxing icon Andre Ward, who was spotted doing some touch sparring with the Omaha puncher on Wednesday morning. Ward shared a video of their move on social media, which showed Crawford practicing hand fighting at his gym. Fans wrote lots of nice things about Crawford's work in the comments part. In answer to the clip, one admirer said, "Iron sharpens iron." Another tweeted, "To GOATs fighting."
I mean, right now, with somebody like Crawford and Spence, they not interested, and I don't think you could really knock them. And some people say, well, how you gonna say that about Canelo but not Crawford? It's a difference, bro. Terence Crawford fought the best dude in the division. Did he not?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You can fight number one, then you can go fight a B-level guy, C-level guy. You should not fight top fighters every single time out. I know they used to do that.
A third was added. Some knowledge in that ring. Someone else added, "This is why Terence is pound for pound. He is masters of the sport in his gym, and he gives them flowers," while a fifth supporter said, "The two best Americans since Floyd Mayweather. Ward is one of only a few world champions to retire undefeated." The Son of God famously hung up his gloves in 2017 with an unblemished 30-2-0 record after retaining the World Boxing Association, International Boxing Federation, and World Boxing Organization light heavyweight titles against divisional great Sergey Kovalev.
I'm gonna take it to the grave.
What kind of insight did he give you? Obviously, just a little bit. Like, what did he tell you? Like, we don't stop learning, right? The older we get, we never stop learning. But what did he tell you? Like, just briefly, something that during your sparring session.
Not too much nothing.
Prior to going up to 175 pounds, Ward had established himself as the era's top super middleweight by winning the Super 6 World Boxing Classic event and earning the WBA and WBC crowns at 168 pounds. Aside from Kovalev, Ward has beaten Carl Froch and Mitchell Kessler. Chad Dawson and Arthur Abraham. While it would be difficult to find a list of the top 168-pound fighters of all time that does not include the San Francisco superstar, who has his sights set on a battle against Canelo Alvarez, super middleweight, in the future, that takes the first tentative step into the class, going up to 150 and facing undefeated 100 champion Israel Madrimov. Andre Ward, a former two-weight world champion, has shared his thoughts on the likely superfight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, but has been targeting Canelo since he gave a career-defining performance against middleweight contender Errol Spence Jr. last year.
I know they used to do that. That ain't good for your health. Go ahead and fight the top guy, and you can say, man, I'm gonna pick and choose one or two. But then if you see another dude that's rumbling in the press, the performances are backing up what the press is saying, you gotta take that risk at a certain point in time. So it's different with Terence Crawford. So I don't knock Terence and say, oh, you ain't fighting Boots. And I don't know all the details. I've heard that Terence has made them offers that they turned down. Don't know the validity of it. They say that they want the—
Although the Mexican initially dismissed the fight, he later stated he would be willing to defend his super middleweight championships against the naturally smaller man provided the money was right. Ward, who retired with a perfect record of 32 wins from 32 fights, named the 2 boxing matchups he wants to see the most, believing Terence Crawford is unstoppable by Canelo Alvarez or anybody else. I would like to see Canelo fight Terence Crawford or David Benavidez. You have 2 options: go to someone in your weight class or try to pick on the smaller guy. Terence Crawford on the possible Crawford-Canelo fight. His money is on the man who previously fought 3 weight classes below. I'm not betting against Terence right now, against anyone.
Just talking about him. Who's the most skilled fighter today? Bud?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
Jerron,
my
favorite.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody that, like, I can bet the house on, it's Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike. You know?
When asked about the best competent boxers in the game today, Ward thinks Crawford is someone you can put your house on, but is someone I can bet the house on. We have a very similar attitude. He is skilled, yet his heart and mind are not the same. There aren't many guys like that out there right now. There are a lot of men who talk about it, but until you get into a real fight, I'm not talking about a man you should beat. I'm talking about a person who is a 50-50th matchup. We don't know what you have. He is different. He is a dog. That's what gets me out of my seat. It shows that you can be that person when the situation calls for it. Ward 40 retired in 2017 and has already been admitted into the Hall of Fame.
Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there.
It was awesome. Crawford expressed gratitude to Dre for providing him the chance to fight alongside him. I can say I sparred with Andre Ward. That's awesome. It was a nice sparring session and a useful experience for me. We were locked and focused on the goal as we entered the ring. Following his previous fight, Andre Ward praised both Terence Crawford and Israel Madrimov following last Saturday's fight, which Crawford won in a hard-fought decision. While everyone recognized it was a hard-fought victory, followers of Madrimov claimed the Uzbek boxer did enough to win the fight, making Terence Crawford's victory contentious. Ward, a Hall of Famer, thinks that Crawford not only became the pound-for-pound champion, but also solidified his place in boxing history. Terence Crawford is the best boxer on the planet, Ward stated on social media. He's been the world's top fighter for quite some time.
Currently, there's a lot of guys that talk, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have. And I've seen Bud tested. I've seen Bud tested outside the ring, things that they said about him, how they treated him, narratives that were put everywhere about him. And I seen him fight through it. I seen him push through it. I seen him navigate. I seen him, you know, like Bud is a
Do not get it twisted. Madrimov is an excellent boxer who showed what he is capable of. He is most likely the only boxer to have caused this much trouble for Terence Crawford, as well as one of the few who is always running to the smoke. I respect what Andre Ward said. Andre Ward was also with Shocker Stevenson at the weigh-in to support Terence Crawford, and he couldn't be happier with anything other than Crawford's victory. Despite the difficulties, Terence Crawford showed to Andre Ward that the teachings he taught him were not a waste of time, but rather a step toward making history. Crawford, now 4-division champion and previously undisputed 140 and 147-pound king, went the distance for the first time since 2016, snapping an 11-fight stoppage run. Although but outperformed expectations, the win paled in comparison to Crawford's career-defining victory over Errol Spence Jr. the previous 2 summers.
So I think when I retire, I have a lot of things to put my energy into.
You think you're gonna be somebody that come back?
Nah,
When you done, you done.
it's over with. It's over with.
It's 100 million on the table, bro.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
I need to get that and I'm retire
I'm coming
again.
back.
When we get that, I'm retire again.
I'm coming back. 100 M's?
Yeah. One more, Terence.
It depends on the age. It depends on the age and, you know what I mean, my body.
The bout began at a modest pace, with the switch hitting Crawford quickly switched from orthodox to southpaw to get a better read on Madrimov. The pair traded 5 punches in a controlled feeling out frame. Perpetual patience continued in the second round, as neither boxer made a real attempt to answer the other's problem. To his credit, Madrimov was the one pushing forward while Crawford, the typical counterpuncher, landed a few jabs. Both combatants combined to score only 13 punches. Crawford tried to assert himself in the 10th round by closing the distance and fighting well, but Madrimov continued to box beautifully by landing the harder shots in an even round. Crawford had his best round in the 11th round, expertly countering and pouncing at the sight of an opening after landing a left hand in the final 30 seconds. Crawford hit another short combination, causing Madrimov to hold because it ain't all about the money. I'm going to make money. I'm going to give money for 100 million, and you'll come back right now. I've got to pray on it, bro. No, you don't have to pray on anything for 100 million, Andre Ward. And I'm saying this in front of the camera right now. We'll come back right now for 100 million. Promise you in the 12th, with the close fight seemingly hanging in the balance. Crawford pressed on the gas and delivered back-to-back uppercuts from inside combinations, but Madrimov was never harmed, but his record suffered as the 2016 Olympic silver winner for Uzbekistan had his first professional loss. Finally, Crawford was just a little bit better than his younger opponent and took the fight on scorecards of 116-1-1 to 115-113 and 115,113, meaning if Crawford hadn't taken the 12th round, the fight would have ended as a majority draw. According to CompuBox, Crawford landed 95 of 433 punches to 84 of 273 for Madrimov, showing how close the bout was overall. Madrimov was also able to snap Crawford's 11 knockout run. Israel was a tough rival, Crawford said, after the
Matured over the years, from the day you first sparred him.
He's way better than when I sparred him. You got to think about it. I think the kid was like 13-0 at the time when I started sparring him.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, he came out on his own. So I was primed and ready, bro. I was sending everybody home, bro. I was literally stopping guys and sparring, bro. I remember having a training camp. I took about 2 weeks off, and then I had another training camp. So I was in tip-top shape. A lot of guys would come in and be in half-ass shape. And I
knew he was going to be tough, like I said. He's really strong, he's durable, and he took a lot of good shots like everybody knew coming into the fight. He had fast feet and good rhythm upstairs and was strong. He was waiting to counter me just like I was waiting to counter him. He fought a good fight even from a young age. He's been used to sparring world champions, as Timothy Bradley had so much praise for him after sparring him many years ago. What stood out to him the most about Crawford when he used him as a sparring partner in training camp, Terence was at that time, and this was a long time ago. He's a much better fighter now, and he was when I was sparring him. but at that time it was just his timing. It was the fact that he was able to adapt, and the thing that surprised me about him is that I was a world champion, and you get into a firefight. With most guys in the gym, they back down, they understand that you were a champion, and so they'll kind of back off a bit and let you beat on him. He didn't, he was like, nah.
I need like a real sparring partner, somebody that's gonna give me some good work. So Terrence was sitting by the wayside, because you gotta understand, Terrence had just recently, not too long ago, had got shot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
So he was benched basically by Top Rank, because they just thought that he was just a thug. They thought, like, you know, this is a troublemaker. We don't want to really have, you know, this negative energy.
Nothing good's gonna come of him.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing's gonna come of him
in the fight. Yeah. But I just felt like, you know, he came prepared and he was ready and he fought a good fight.
Yeah.
He was awkward. He was patient. He was determined. He stuck to his game plan, and he did what.
So as my game improved, his game improved, and I was like, okay, let me step it up a little bit more, and then he'll get up. And I'm like, oh, I have to go all out now, and he'll meet me. He kept meeting me, and I was like, holy crap, this kid is different. And then there were the skills. I found he was a right-hander rather than a southpaw, and he fought so easily from a southpaw stance, which surprised me, as well as his guts, determination, and ability to make adjustments on the fly. He went on. I would spar him one day, and he's one way, and then I would spar him the next day, and he's a completely different fighter. And I'm like, wait on. He didn't even make the same mistake he did yesterday. I worked hard to make this guy paid, but now I'm back at square one. Damn, this kid's clever. He did it all by himself. He didn't have a teacher present. He was alone, which is what made him special.
You know what? If you look at his career, don't get me wrong, okay? He's a good fighter, but if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter.
So Postal wasn't elite?
Who?
Victor Postal.
Who's that guy?
So Ricky Burns wasn't elite?
Ricky Burns doesn't elite.
Okay.
The pyrotechnics have already started ahead of the September 13th blockbuster fight between boxing titan Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, who are promoting their forthcoming showdown on the GOATS podcast alongside veterans such as Shaquille O'Neal, Tom Brady, and Dana White. Crawford didn't just answer to Canelo's dismissive "who's that guy?" chat. He launched a verbal counterpunch that might change their rivalry. The exchange started with Canelo doubling down on his January remarks to TMZ Sports, in which he questioned Crawford's resume when Shaq asked for explanation. The undisputed super middleweight champion challenged Crawford to name one outstanding boxer he had faced. Canelo then ruthlessly trashed Crawford's names of Victor Postal and Ricky Burns, further trying to minimize Ud's career. But Terrence Crawford wasn't ready to allow his reputation be shattered, while appreciating Canelo's tremendous resume and the many great champions he's faced. Crawford subtly introduced a devastating asterisk at the age that he fought him, and they were already on a decline. Some of them, and when he didn't, you see what happened, he declared. Crawford then unleashed a series of pointed criticisms, highlighting moments where Canelo arguably fell short against top-tier opponents. He pointed to Alvarez's unsuccessful attempts to make history against Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol, stating that when Canelo went up and tried to Lara, just stated, "I thought Lara beat him." He also mentioned Jamal Charlo, saying, "My boy from Texas, they gave him problems," meaning Canelo struggled in that fight as well.
And do you think fighting the 4-pound smaller king does more for your career than facing the bigger, menacing Mexican monster and David Benavidez?
You can see the career of Terrence Crawford Benavidez. Terrence Crawford is undisputed champion in 2 weight classes, many championship fights. So he bring me something to the table.
With the September 13th game at Allegiant Stadium approaching, Terrence Crawford did not mince words about his goals. "I've got the style, the skills, and the heart, and I'm not going to sit around and, play games with Canelo," he promised. His ultimate claim: Canelo Alvarez hasn't met anyone like him yet. The stage is now set for a war not only of fists, but also of legacies, as Crawford seeks to prove his claims in the ring. And that's all for now. Stay up to current on boxing news, moments, events, and activities by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to switch on notifications to to be told when we post quality material like this.